Ever been so scared of failing that you didn't even try? Fear of failure is something we all face at one point or another, and it can be paralyzing. But here's the good news, it doesn't have to control you. In today's video, we'll uncover the psychology behind the fear of failure, how it holds us back, and most importantly, how to overcome it so you can reach your full potential. Ready to stop letting fear win? Let's dive in. 1. Understand that failure is part of success. We often think of failure as the end of the road, but in reality, it's just part of the journey. Everyone who has ever succeeded has failed at some point. The key is learning from failure, not fearing it. Think of Thomas Edison. He failed thousands of times before he invented the light bulb. He didn't see failure as a setback, he saw it as a lesson. Remember, failure is just feedback, it's not the end unless you choose to make it one. 2. Shift your mindset from perfection to progress. Many of us fear failure because we think everything must be perfect from the start. But here's a secret, perfection is a myth. What's more important is progress. Each step, even the small ones, is a victory. Instead of thinking, I have to be perfect, try thinking, I just need to improve one small thing today. This shift in mindset frees you from the pressure to be flawless and opens the door to growth. 3. Break down big goals into small steps. Big goals can feel overwhelming, and that's where the fear of failure kicks in. When you focus on the entire goal, it's easy to feel like it's too much to handle. But if you break down that big goal into small, manageable steps, suddenly it feels less scary. Want to write a book? Start with 1 page. Want to launch a business? Begin with 1 customer. By focusing on small tasks, you make failure less intimidating, and you build confidence as you go. 4. Reframe failure as a learning experience. Failure doesn't define you, it refines you. When you fail, it's an opportunity to learn and grow. Instead of seeing failure as something to avoid, see it as a tool for improvement. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Maybe you'll discover a new approach, develop a skill, or build resilience. The most successful people didn't avoid failure, they embraced it as a critical part of their growth. 5. Face your fear head-on. Sometimes, the best way to overcome a fear is to face it directly. Instead of avoiding failure, take small risks to push yourself out of your comfort zone. If you're scared of public speaking, start by speaking in front of a mirror, then to a friend, then to a small group. Gradually, you'll see that the fear isn't as big as you thought. Each step you take toward facing your fear will make it easier to confront it the next time. 6. Change your perspective on failure. What if we redefine failure? Instead of seeing it as a negative experience, what if we viewed it as a stepping stone toward success? Imagine you're climbing a ladder. Each time you fall, you're 1 step closer to reaching the top. When you start to see failure as a necessary part of progress, it loses its power to paralyze you. 7. Replace negative self-talk with empowering thoughts. Fear of failure often comes with a lot of negative self-talk. I'm not good enough. I'll never succeed. What if I mess up? These thoughts can hold you back from even trying. Start replacing these thoughts with empowering affirmations. Instead of saying, I can't do this, try, I'm capable of learning and growing. It's amazing how shifting your internal dialogue can boost your confidence and push you to take action. 8. Embrace the power of persistence. The key to overcoming the fear of failure is persistence. Don't let one failure or a few stop you from pursuing your goals. Remember, every successful person has failed countless times, but they kept going. The more you try, the more you learn, and the closer you get to your goal. Perseverance in the face of failure is what truly separates those who succeed from those who give up. 9. Understand that failure is not the same as being a failure. Failing at something doesn't mean you are a failure. There's a huge difference between the two. You can fail at a task, but that doesn't make you a failure as a person. When you separate your self-worth from your actions, it's easier to take risks and bounce back after setbacks. Understand that failure is temporary, but your potential is limitless. 10. Seek support from others. If you're struggling with the fear of failure, don't be afraid to seek support. Talk to someone who has gone through similar struggles or a mentor who can offer perspective. Sometimes, just knowing that others have faced the same fear and overcome it can be incredibly reassuring. You don't have to do it alone. There is strength in community. 11. Celebrate the small wins. Every step you take toward overcoming your fear is worth celebrating. Did you finally speak up in a meeting? Celebrate it. Did you take the first step toward your dream? Even though you were terrified, celebrate it. By acknowledging your progress, no matter how small, you reinforce the idea that taking risks and learning from failure is something to be proud of. 12. Keep the bigger picture in mind. Fear of failure often makes us focus on the immediate risk. But when you zoom out and look at the bigger picture, you'll see that failure is just a small part of your journey. Remind yourself of why you started in the first place. Whether it's a passion, a goal, or a vision, keep your eye on the bigger prize. This larger perspective can help you push through fear and keep moving toward success. So, are you ready to stop letting fear control you? Remember, failure is not the enemy. The real enemy is never trying at all. Start facing your fear today, one small step at a time. If this video helped you, like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a little motivation to take that next step. Keep climbing with Psycho. Higher success is just a series of risks worth taking.